Coach Alex, we got this video here I want to show you, and I want to get your opinion on this. I really love this new style of content.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just, there's
It's
so much
fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I can be myself.
There
I don't
you
have to
go.
be Coach Alex. I
No,
can be just
it
Alex.
could be Alex. Be Alex. That's what we want. And the idea is this video talks about finding your voice and ego in
Okay.
a sense. And so it's about relationships and dating. And she gives great advice. So does he. Let's take a look and let's see what you think.
Sounds good.
Can you play it right?
I want to know what you think about this. In order for a man to find himself, he has to overcome his ego. And in order for a woman to find herself, she has to find her voice. And I'll add
1000%.
with grace.
With grace. Okay.
I'm going to add with grace because finding your voice, it doesn't look like this. Okay, girls?
Right.
Like it
We won't
doesn't
listen.
look like that. It's finding your voice with grace. So I thought that was so powerful. So that kind of led me to thinking, then what is, it's easy to understand, like find your voice, and that's with grace. Okay, set boundaries and tap in with your worth and your value, and don't step outside of that gracefully. Like, no thanks, not for me. And then for men, I think that's a little more, it's a little tricky because dissolving the ego, what is the ego?
I think ego in a very short way in this situation is not being able to, is only seeing your side, only your needs. And I think that we as people, but especially in relationships, we need to ask, what can I give first? Anytime I'm on the land, I ask the land, what can I give, right? Giving offerings. Anytime I'm with the friend or you're in a relationship, like don't just know what you want, know what you can give, not offer, give.
What? It's like this very like slow motion, like James Bond turn over here. All right, Mr. Bond, what's your take?
No. I don't want to be always the asshole that is against what people are saying. No.
But it's not supposed. We don't need to agree on anything. It's all about.
I want to hear what your take on this.
All right. No, great call. So, ladies, what we do with these videos are it's basically give us our opinions and our suggestions of the content. Agree to disagree with all of it. We're not trying to say you have to follow this and we, if anything, believe on all of it. But I do see some points that I love that was she acknowledged, and it's something that I've made a strong commitment towards my clients when they realize knowing better, knowing more should equal more compassion. And so when you're more committed to getting better at yourself and your traumas and your attachments and insecurities, you're committed to coaching, you're seeing results and you're seeing the progress of everything going forward. When she says finding your voice with grace, is having compassion that you now are looking for love in a very happy, positive way compared to this bitter way. Because you're finding the happiness and grace within yourself.
Okay.
And you're appreciating who you are because you're not who you were anymore. And so when I see a lot of women who have this bitterness or this entitlement or this cockiness, this ego into the dating world, you're still fighting off Mr. X, Mr. Asshole, Mr. Toxic. And so when you actually commit to the work of self-improvement, self-accountability, and really talks about finding your voice, you have more grace, as in like, oh, no, thank you. I wish you the best. Because you start to see the dating pool very distinctively different. People who get it, people who don't.
Okay.
And then when they don't, they're not an asshole. They're not always toxic, but they're not for you. So you say, take care. And you stick to the people where they are now on a similar page of where you value love in a relationship.
Okay.
And I just think that's just basically a level of maturity.
Okay. My take on her. I really love what she says. Okay. I really love it because the way I see it completely different from you. It's funny. But I see it in a way that everyone is talking, and include myself. Everyone says for a woman, it's about self-love, self-confidence. If you know your self-love and your self-confidence, you can be in a great relationship. And she says it in a way that is new, with the voice analogy in my sense. When she says, find your voice, I hear, find your confidence.
Yes.
Find your self-love.
Value.
And that is what every one of my clients need.
Yep.
They need to find themselves first before to find a good man, right? So I just love what you mentioned. I just love the way she says it, because as you mentioned, self-love doesn't mean that you want to be better than the man. It's not about challenge.
Yeah.
It's about knowing that you have the good trust in yourself, good confidence. And when you love yourself, only good things can happen to you.
She
So,
had a great impression of a
Oh, my-
self voice, but like this very bratty, spoiled, oh, I don't do this, I
Yeah.
don't do that, I don't do 50-50,
Yeah.
princess treatment. Like that's
Yeah.
not desirable.
No, that's not finding your voice. That's
Entitlement.
Yeah, unfortunately, social media will tend to push this too much,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, what she said was amazing.
Yep.
Really.
I love that. And your take on his part about ego, especially with men, that yes, we have an ego. Yes, we love competition. Yes, we want to be, the provider or the source or security blanket because it's just who we are naturally. But if the ego is still driving who we are picking or dating, then that's where the problem is. Because the ego is what kills, I think, most relationships. And so I think with his end is about when you can accept and embrace who you are and who you're not with confidence, not ego.
Okay.
You're actually more encouraged by giving than taking.
Let me ask you two questions.
Oh,
Let me ask you, because that's very important for me. Now, question number one, do you think that out there is more good men or bad men?
great question. It'd be easy to say there's more bad men, but I don't know what defines bad. So I would say there's more good men doing bad things.
Okay. Do you think there is more good men or toxic men, basically? People that are very
Toxic.
Okay.
Toxic.
So in my opinion, there is more good men out there.
Really?
Yeah, there is more good men. They just, how many men are afraid to talk to a woman, afraid of rejection? They are good guys, nice guys, and they just don't know how to talk to a woman. You don't care. Beautiful man, actor, coach, you have everything.
Wow.
You don't care,
Ah.
but I'm pretty sure you were shy like me when I was young. Like shy, we got like a lot of women rejected me, at least me. I got a
wasn't
lot
shy.
of
I wasn't
rejection.
shy.
Okay.
I wasn't-
So
Sorry.
that's why you're like this. But for me, I think there is a lot of good men out there.
Mm.
And if you tell them ego is a problem,
Yeah.
they will all be codependent, obsessed, needy. And I think that this is the worst advice you can tell to a man that is good. Ego is very important in certain situations because it protects you from toxic people. Men and women, both, we need ego. That's my thing.
So are you?
But not bad ego where you're selfish.
Yeah.
Ego where you know your value. If you go to a relationship,
Yeah.
question number 2, do you really think about what can I give in a relationship before what I can receive?
No.
Okay. So
Not
we-
immediately, but overall, yes.
Nah, no.
Overall,
I
no.
know what I can offer.
Yeah.
It says not offer at the end of the video. It's very important to know what you can offer.
Yes.
If you give,
Yeah.
you're entering this relationship of the fairy tale of Disney. I want to give. It's unselfish love.
Prove kind of thing, right?
Yeah, kind of. And I think it's like you're just too available. You're needy. Good luck
Yeah.
for your love life.
Yes.
So I tend to love what she says, but with this man, I just disagree. I'm not saying like he's bad or whatever. I just disagree 100%.
Okay, so back to your first
100%.
No, first question I love because it got me. I don't even know if I believe my answer
Yeah.
because I had to think about it even longer. So you believe there's more good men than toxic men?
Of course.
I think there are, but there are more good men doing toxic things.
I'm not sure about that because that's what we hear every day as coaches.
That's what everyone's seeing. That's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
That's the clickbait.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying, if you're a shy person and you don't know yourself or your identity, or you're not grown up yet, right?
Yeah.
And you're seeing how you want to get a girl's attention,
Yeah.
and it's not working your way, and you're too shy,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to try a different way. You're going to try what maybe the popular kid does, or what you saw in the video, or here
I
and
see
there.
what you mean.
And I'm not saying it's going to be toxic advice, but it's going to be a different version of you. And if you follow that ego,
Yeah.
I agree with ego from a good source, and more of that source is great. Like almost like if my pastor or father at church has an ego to be so great at what he does, I want to learn more. If my professor has an ego to being so helpful and smart, I want to learn more. But obviously it comes with a level of, humility, not like I'm better than you.
But let me tell you what I think of this. I think that there is a lot of good men out there.
I agree.
And I think they don't have toxic behavior, but nobody would talk about good things. When you watch media, when you watch TV, it's always about the bad things. That's how we are built as human.
Yeah.
Number two, I will ask you this question, Coach Andres. Do you think that you will have accomplished so much in your life without your ego?
No.
That's why I disagree with what he says.
Yeah.
We think that ego is bad, and that's okay. You can think like this, but I have the right to disagree with ego is very important. So that's why when I started to coach women, I told them, I want you to have an ego. I want you to be selfish. They were like, what? I said, yes, because you're so good that your selfishness will still be good for the world.
Your selfishness is never even selfishness.
It's never, and it's even different. It's even positive, because when you're selfish, you as a good person, you still serve the world.
So when you see that identity being a good voice, good source to their world and to the dating world, you're saying, do more of that. Be more of that.
Exactly.
You're empowering their
I'm
strong,
going all in for this philosophy.
all their green flags, make them greener.
Yeah.
And so you're feeding into that ego compared to, no, have an ego regardless what flag colors your flags are, or regardless what intention or character you have. No.
Correct.
And so that's where you're saying let's say a push or encouragement of ego on someone who's unhealthy or bad habits or bad, tendencies in the dating world. No. Horrible. But if you have an ego and you're doing good for yourself and good for your life and good for your family and friends, do more, right? So it basically go on that.
Yeah, I think that the ego is the reason why we can protect ourselves and we can continue to do good. We need to have ego. That's my philosophy since the beginning of my coaching. And it was so disruptive. It was so different that women came to me, and men, they say like, oh my God, you saved my life because of this advice. So, I have nothing against these guys once again. And the lady, she just had an amazing advice. But she talked about ego for men. So I wanted to hear, I will continue to watch her to see what was the next step, what she says, because it's him talking about ego. But I think ego, we don't need to overcome it. It's an asset.
A quick story before we go on to the next video, because I love this topic. I didn't think of going into this.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's great.
It's great. And so a client of mine, I talked to her this week, and she's been dating very high-end, high-profile men trying to get married, and dates the same kind of type, emotionally unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
And so eventually she opens up about how she always felt like that's the exciting things, and things that she was accustomed to or knew was boring. But now that she's in her mid-30s, she's like, I just want what my mom and dad have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what do they have? Well, they're still married, and I still see that they love each other. Yes, there's tough times and arguments and fights. Of course, there's no perfect, but I could still sense they love each other. They laugh, they giggle, they flirt, they're affectionate. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And does that look boring to you now? And she was like, no. And so in a different way, without saying the word ego, I was like, you have the source, the example, the voice of what you're looking for, and you're not following it. Shame on you. You know what I mean? Use that source of an ego that you have of having a good parenting experience, a good father-mother marriage. Use that. Write a book. We need more of that. And so whatever example you could use or relate to and refer to, what I would say even more agreeing with you is lean into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, yeah, I always thought it'd be kind of just safe and boring if I do, but that's what you want. I'm like, yeah, you want safe and boring, because life will make things unsafe and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to be with the right partner who's got your back.
Yeah.
So I don't want an unsafe, exciting partner. I want a safe, boring partner, but with personality. You know what I mean? So it's the idea is we overvalue exciting.
Yeah, that's the society we are in.
Exactly.
We overvalue it.
We need to be entertained all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. And so, but I think it's not sexy to say boring, because people would think, I don't want something boring. But what is boring, you can change. You can make it fun. You can make it exciting. What you want is the security and the stability. That's important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Love
what
you say.
that's what everything I always study about all these athletes who are focused on greatness is that they're just so committed to the boring good.
And the base, the basic, and that's why they're so good.
They're just so
and then they
committed
are
to
so happy to be good, right?
Exactly.
So it's important.
Ladies, check out this video, hit the like, share this video, comment on your experience or your opinion on this. We have more to come. Coach Alex, thank you as always.
Thank you, Coach
And
Andres.
again, check out FrenchRelationshipExpert.com.
Yep.
coachingwithandres.com. Send me an information through an email or a contact message with a phone number up top, and you can ask for a free consultation, and we'll schedule it ASAP.
Thank you, buddy.
Pleasure.
See you soon, guys.